everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you with the most unexpectedly dominant commanders. And if you are interested in any of them or any of the other cards I talk about on this episode, make sure you check those out in the card list link description and below. Let's jump into it. First up, Toski, Bearer of Secrets, is so incredibly adorable, but so incredibly deadly. I mean, look at this little squirrel. It has a beard and everything. But it's going to take you out. A 1/1 squirrel. Yeah, just 1/1. For 4 mana in green. Tiny little thing. Again, how threatening can it be? Well, first of all, it can't be countered. It's indestructible. Attacks each combat of Fable. Oh, adorable. It's coming at me. Oh, hey, by the way, whenever a creature control deals combat to each player, draw a card. So this cannot be stopped. It's really hard to take out. Sure, it attacks each combat of Fable, but hey, the amount of card advantages it can provide is absurd. Absolutely insane. There are a lot of low to the ground evasive green creatures, actually. Treetop Scout, a good example of that. A 1/1 elf for a single green mana. Can't be blocked except by creatures with flying, which ironically means that creatures with reach can't block it, which is kind of hilarious, actually. That being said, a lot of low to the ground evasive creatures that let you be really aggressive and keep hitting again and again and again. That's quite great. Also, you can, well, maybe make them all, actually unblockable, really. Champion of Lambhold, a 1/1 human warrior for 3 mana in green. Creatures with power less than it. Can't block creatures you control. Any creature you control. By the way, another creature in his battlefield you control, you get a counter on this. Again, a lot of low-to-the-ground creatures. You are able then to just build up this power, make it so that all your creatures are unblockable and swing through. And also make your creatures incredibly heavy-hitting. Again, Beastmaster Ascension, a great example of a great Anthem enchantment for 3. Creature control attacks, put a quest counter on it. If it's got 7 or more quest counters on it, creature control at +5/+5. Make your tiny little adorable creatures, well, incredibly hard hitting. Take your opponents out, all while drawing your entire library, basically. Toski, Bearer of Secrets is such a cool commander, such an adorable commander, and one that looks so cute, but is so incredibly deadly. Berkey, Long Ear of the Law, is yet another adorable creature. Look, it's a 4/4 rabbit soldier. Look, it's got like a carrot that it's swinging at people. I mean, it's got a leaf on its head. What is going on with this adorable creature? Oh, it's going to dominate you. For 6 mana in Selesnya, it's got Vigilance. Hey, when it enters, put a counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Great. Oh, and by the way, whenever a creature control they counter on it attacks you, double the number of counters on it. Colonian Hydra out of the command zone, basically. Insane effect. Again, it's an adorable creature, so players like, oh, look how cute that bunny is. Oh, it's not going to do anything to me. Yes, it is. It's going to absolutely dominate you and everything else. Even more cute creatures like Jackrabbit. Okay, cool. A 1/2. It's got Ravenous. Cool. You can draw a card if it enters for 5 or more. Hey, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to its power whenever it attacks. So all of a sudden you make a ton of little creatures. This also keeps growing and growing and growing throughout the game with the number of counters that keep coming on it, essentially. It is an absolutely monstrous, giant, adorable creature, too. Conclave Mentor, another one that starts small but can become absolutely massive, make all your other creatures massive, too. A 2/2 Centaur Cleric for just 2 mana. One of our counters put on a creature control that many +1 are put on instead. When it dies, you gain life equal to its power. Again, growing our counters even quicker, essentially. Again, starting that base again. If we just say, throw a counter on every single one of our creatures, plenty of ways to do that, essentially. Like, oh yeah, do 2 instead. And then all of a sudden our commander goes, oh yeah, double that. Oh, +1 as well. How about Herd Baloth, though? Whenever one of our counters are put on it, you make a 4/4. So again, yet another way to utilize our counters to now go wide as well. All of a sudden we have a massive army getting even more massive. Again, an adorable commander. We've got a rabbit with a carrot that is, wearing a leaf on its head for some reason. It's like, hey, I'm coming after you. Opponents might be like, oh, look how cute it is. It's not that cute when it's dominating the table, as this one will. Moving on. Oh, look at the cute otter. Alania Divergent Storm is anything but cute. I mean, it is adorable, but what it does is not cute. A 3/5 Otter Wizard for 5 mana, and is it? Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first instant spell, the first source spell, or the first otter spell, then Alania you've cast this turn, you may have target opponent draw a card. You're going to do that. If you do copy that spell, choose targets for the copy. This is a commander that literally doubles up any of your spells when it comes to instant sorceries or, yes, otters. It is a crazy good commander that, yes, does look adorable, but if it just literally goes off once, your opponents are gone. The game is over. It is insane. All you need is, like, 1 extra turn spell, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, opponent, you can draw a card. And like, oh, thank you for the card. Oh, but the game's over because I have 2 extra turns. Temporal Manipulation for 5 mana in blue. Take an extra turn for this one. Obviously, with this one in particular, and any other ones that don't exile, you got plenty of ways to, well, recur them and bring them back to your hand, and then maybe do it again. your opponents will have absolutely no chance. 27, another great card, artifact for 3. If you would copy a spell one or more times, instead copy that many times plus 1 more. You can also pay 7 to tap and copy a spell too. This is an insane effect that just says, okay, my commander already copies things, I get a second copy of them. So now I get 3 spells for the price of 1. Think about that with extra turns again. You literally just win by casting 1 extra turn spell. Mana Geyser, another crazy card with this commander. Sword for 5 mana, add red for each of your tap lands your opponents control. That's going to be an insane amount of mana, and it's doubly insane with this. There are so many ways to win with this commander, and again, it looks adorable. Look how cute this little otter is, and even in, like, the text, it mentions copying otter spells, and it's like, oh, opponent's like, oh yeah, cute, haha, otters, and you're like, ha ha ha. No, extra turns, you lose. Goodbye. Yeah, do not underrate this commander. Kibo Uktabi Prince is such a cute commander and one that gives opponents things, so how can it be deadly? Oh, it's so deadly. A 2/2 Monkey Noble for 3 mana in green, but it is a Gruul commander. Tap each player makes an artifact, a colorless artifact named Banana. Everyone gets bananas. You can even have adorable tokens that you hand out. Your opponent's like, look at these adorable tokens. It's going to dominate you. Tap, sacrifice this artifact, add red or green, you gain 2 life. All upside, right? Oh, but here's the little thing, text on the card that you might want to just memorize. Hey, the fine print. Artifacted opponent controls put a graveyard from the battlefield. Put a counter on each creature you control. It's an ape or monkey. By the way, whenever Kibo attacks the main player, sacrifices an artifact. Here's the thing about this one. It can become absolutely massive in absolutely no time. Yeah, you've got plenty of ways to essentially go, hey, untap this and then do it again. Opponents get even more bananas. Players are flinging bananas left, right, and center, essentially. And you are getting so many counters on all your things. Also, cards like Viridian Revel are insane. Enchantment for 3 mana. Whenever an artifact is put in opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, you may draw a card. So now not only are you actually getting a ton of counters on all your creatures, you're also drawing an insane amount of cards. And do keep in mind that, yes, tokens like those bananas do technically hit the graveyard, even though they don't stay there. They technically hit the graveyard, so you do get these triggers. So yeah, an insane amount of card advantage off of this. Of course, keep in mind as well that you got cards like Hardened Scales, an incredibly low-to-the-ground enchantment that says if one or more counters upon a creature you control, hey, that many plus 1 opponent instead. Now you are growing things doubly as fast with all those counters. Things like Torian Mauler, which is not an ape or monkey, but it kind of is, because it has changeling, so it is all the things. A 2/2 shapeshifter for 3 mana. Opponent casts a spell, you put a counter on this creature. Yeah, it's going to be your biggest ape or monkey that you have, obviously, growing and growing and growing. And of course, there are actually really solid apes and monkeys out there. Silverback Elder is an insanely good one. 5/7 ape shaman for 5 mana in green. Cast a creature spell, choose 1 to return artifact or enchantment with the top 5 cards of your library, put a land card from them on the battlefield, tap the rest of my library, random order, you gain 4 life. Did you catch all that? Yeah, there's a lot that's going on with this one, but yeah, this is a commander, again, that can really take advantage of granting opponents something that they want. Hey, you get mana. You get life. Good for you. I just get a couple of small, giant benefits whenever you do that, and I will dominate you for doing so. Choco, Seeker of Paradise, is an insanely powerful commander. Again, it is adorable. Look at this bird that is just smiling, just happy to be there, just enjoying life, and you are going to be, well, devastating the lives of your opponents with it. A 3/5 bird for 4 mana in Bant. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, leave that many cards to the top of your library. They put one of them in your hand. The number of land cards from the top of them onto the battlefield. Hey, and the rest in your graveyard. Basically, just cheat out all the lands off the top of your library into play on an attack with all your birds. That's crazy good. Oh, and by the way, hey, land you control enters, Choco gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This is the crazy thing about this one. Again, the wider you go with birds, the more, well, things you are cheating into play when it comes to lands and getting one in your hand too off the top of your library. But yeah, this is the kind of commander that allows you to utilize like really low to the ground amazing birds like Healer's Hawk. A single mana for this gem, a 1/1 bird that costs a single mana flying lifelink. Yeah, you are able to essentially just go, okay, I'm going super wide with this. I'm getting awesome birds out, and I'm doing some crazy cool things. Oh, but also, hey, how about things like Chocobo Racetrack? Hey, land you control enters, get a 2/2 green bird creature token. Whenever land enters, you get +1/+0 until end of turn. I mean, this is just made, the two are made for each other, really. Essentially, you're getting a bunch of lands into play, you are pumping them a ton, and you're making even more Chocobos. That being said, Scouting Trek. Oh my gosh, I love when commanders can utilize really janky, weird old cards that never see any play. Sorcery for 2 mana in green, search life for any number of basic land cards, reveal them, set them aside, shuffle your library, then put those cards on top of it in any order. Basically, go get as many basics as you want. as many birds as you have essentially in play before you're going to combat. And you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, 10 birds, okay, 10 lands on top of my library, swing, and all of a sudden cheat 10 lands into play. Yeah, that's a way to set yourself up to just say, hey, I win because I get all my landfall triggers. I get all of the, well, lands in play that I could ever want. Joko Seeker Paradise is such an insanely good, insanely powerful commander for a tribe that is underrated. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Zinnia Valley's Voice, in yet another way, you know, that a bird can be, you know, such an unassuming commander. Again, this is a bird that looks kind of ridiculous, you know, it's a bird that, you know, is wearing a very fun outfit, like a bard, and it's got like a little, like, is that a lute? I don't know, whatever bards use. Anyways, a 1/3 bird bard with flying for 3 mana and Jeskai. It's adorable! Oh, but hey, it also gets +X plus 0x the number of other creatures you control at base power 1, so yeah, that could be really large. It could hit really hard, and you can definitely dominate opponents with that. That being said, creature spells you cast have offering 2. That is crazy good. You can pay additional 2 as you cast the creature spell. If you do, you make a copy of it that's a 1/1, which is crazy good, because of course there are great ones out there. I mean, like Curiosity Crafter. Hey, a 3/3 flying bird wizard for 4 mana. Got no maximum hand size. Hey, whenever a creature token you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Getting an extra copy of this means that you're getting a token copy of it, number 1, which is crazy good. Now, all of a sudden, whenever you hit with any creature tokens, you draw 2 cards for the price of 1. On top of that, other cards like Selfless Spirit are super good too. A 2/1 Spirit Cleric with flying for 2 mana. Sacrifice it, creature control get indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, you make yet another just, hey, lay in the waiting right there and just, yeah, I'll save my entire team when I need to sacrifice one of you. You can also take advantage of one of my favorite cards of all time, Wizards Reprint It. Song of the World Soul, enchantment for 6 mana in white. Whenever you cast a spell, Populate. Again, making your creatures into creature tokens is a huge advantage. Even though they're just 1/1s, that's fine. I want to utilize their abilities, their effects, and now all of a sudden if I cast any spell, I get additional copies of them, and whatever ETBs they might have, whatever triggers they might have, whatever abilities they have, I get them again. Zinnia's Valley's Voice is such an adorable commander, and one that again is very underrated and can absolutely dominate the table. Not even, you know, again, mentioning that you could just, like, cast Secure the Waste out of nowhere, make a bunch of 1/1s, and just swing with this and hit your opponents and take them out in one shot, too. Pick it up, build around it. Hazel of the Root Bloom is so adorable. I mean, literally, like, I have a staff that has flowers on it. Look at me. I am just an adorable squirrel, and all these other squirrels and, you know, other rodents are like, hey, look, you're super cool. Awesome. We'll follow you into battle. So cute, but so deadly. A 3/5 Squirrel Druid for 4 mana. Ingolgari. Tap, pay 2 life. Tap X on tap tokens you control at X mana. Any combination of colors at the beginning of your end step, create a token that's copy of target token you control. If the token of the squirrel, 2 tokens instead. So yes, you can go straight up Squirrel Tribal if you really want to do that. But the amount of mana this can produce you is absolutely insane. And again, keep in mind that you are not limited to creature tokens for this. You can do any kind of tokens when you're tapping this. That means more protected tokens, basically. Just artifact tokens like clue tokens, food tokens, treasure tokens as well. Utilize them for mana again and again and again with this. I mean, of course, it's very easy for you to get to like an infinite combo with this, where you just have, you know, like one of those things that like untaps, you know, for 3 mana, whatever it is, that kind of stuff. You have all those different things, all right? That being said, I mean, even without going infinite, like a bootlegger stash is crazy good. Artifact for 6, land you control of tap, created treasure token. Now you're basically, again, doubling up your mana every single turn with your commander. You're like, okay, I've got 6 lands, let's say. Tap, make 6 treasures. Now, all of a sudden, I can tap my commander plus those 6 treasures, which stay in play, and I'm gaining all that mana. Then next turn, I tap my lands again, make 6 more. Now my commander is going to tap for 12. You see where this is going. Also, Second Harvest, an amazing card for each token you control. Doesn't matter what kind of token it is. Create a token's copy of it. Double up your tokens, double the amount of mana that your commander can produce for you. And of course, sure, you're losing some life, but who cares? You've got cards like Exsanguinate. Each opponent loses X life, you gain life, you lost life. Wait, I mean, basically a way to just like mass take everyone out, or at least very much pad your life total while you are taking players out. You can play massive cards in absolutely no time with this. It is such a fun commander, such an adorable commander, though. Again, look at this cute squirrel. How could it be so deadly? Well, it is. It is deadly. Pick it up, build around it. Preston the Vanisher is a cute bunny, but it is super deadly. Okay, technically it's a rabbit. I don't think there are bunnies in Magic, technically. Anyways, a 2/5 rabbit wizard for 4 mana in white. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a token's copy of that creature, except a 0/1 white illusion. By the way, by paying 2 mana, sacrificing 5 illusions, exile target non-land permanent. If you really have to get rid of things, you can, but here's the thing. Yeah, you can very easily make copies of your creatures just by blinking them, and that can just be absolutely insanely powerful and very easy to just win with. Incredibly easy to just win with because, well, there are certain creatures out there like, well, Feldar Guardian. Enters the battlefield, you may exile a target permanent you control to return to the battlefield under its own control. Basically, a way to go, I can just make a 0/1 copy of another creature I control just by having this come into play. That's crazy, crazy good. But you know what's even better? Blinking this. And all of a sudden, it comes back into play. Again, exile creature control, to the battlefield under control. They counter on it. You can also flash it back. It is basically like a Cloud Shift type card, a Blink type card. And then that comes into play. Your commander triggers, makes a 0/1 that enters the battlefield as a Feldar Guardian, except it's a 0/1. Who cares? And it blinks your original Feldar Guardian. And then, well, hey, that one comes back into play. You make another one. Then you blink it again. Then you blink it again. You blink it again. You blink it again. You see where this is going. Infinite ETBs, infinite LTBs, all the things in the world. And, yeah, Soul Warden out there. Another creature comes into play. You gain 1 life, infinite life. There's plenty of other ways to win from there. Ultra the Brood type effects too. Preston the Vanisher is such a crazy good, crazy powerful, crazy underrated commander. Again, it's got a lot of things going against it when players want to take it seriously. Because, like, it's an adorable rabbit wizard. Oh, it's only in mono white, the weakest color, quote unquote. And you're like, yeah, it's weak. Okay, cool, good for you. Oh, by the way, I win. Yay. Vanish opponents. Rin and Ciri inseparable. Oh, cats and dogs living together. Yay! A 4/4 dog cat. Again, adorable. Should have been a cat dog, right? Anyone? No? Cartoon? Okay. 4 mana in Naya. Whenever you cast a dog spell, make a 1/1 cat. When you cast a cat spell, make a 1/1 dog. By the way, paying Naya colors, tapping. It deals damage to the number of dogs you control to any target, and you gain life equal to the number of cats you control. Cool, good for you. What matters, though, is literally you are doubling up your army by just playing your creatures, essentially. And, of course, you can go in either direction very heavily. You can go in both directions, but there are so many really good dogs and cats out there, actually. Over the years, we're getting more and more. This is an incredibly deadly, incredibly adorable commander because you get other ones like Pack Leader. Look how cute that is. A 2/2 dog for 2 mana. Other dogs you control at +1/+1. A great pump effect that also says, hey, whenever it attacks, prevent all combat damage we dealt this turn to dogs you control. Your dogs are invincible in combat when you're attacking, which is amazing. Lets you be really aggressive. Regal Caracol, a 3/3 cat for 5 mana. Other cats you control at +1, and Lifelink, a great anthem for that too. Hey, and by the way, when this enters, you get 2 1/1 cats with Lifelink. You get to just grow your army so well with this. Or how about grow your creatures with Jenny Faye, Jetmir Second, a 3/3 elf druid for 3 mana in Naya. If you create one of our tokens instead, create that many 2/2 green cat creature tokens with haste, or that many 3/1 green dog creature tokens with vigilance. Whenever you need, make more of those and make bigger creatures essentially with this. So yeah, Rin and Ciri inseparable are super adorable. Again, hey, look, a dog, a cat, they're both best friends. Yay! They're gonna dominate the table and destroy your lives. Yes. Okay, not as fluffy, but still very cute in my opinion. Colfinor the Last You, it's a tree. Come on, look at this adorable tree that's like, oh, hi. I'm just an unassuming tree, and don't worry about me, but I'm going to dominate you. 3/7 True Volk Shaman, Vigilance, reach for 6 mana and Abzan. Whenever another creature controlled dies, return to 1 target creature card with lesser toughness from your graveyard to your hand. This is an insanely powerful commander that is so underrated. Check out my deck tech on it. You can just see the power potential of this one and how crazy good it is, but just as a little, like, you know, like, hey, here's how this can work. Yeah. You just need free creatures like, you know, Ornithopter or the Legats, or essentially, well, you know, Ornithopter type cards. 0/2 Thopter flying for 0 mana. Yeah, there you go. You got a free creature. Okay, cool. Great. Good for you. What else? I mean, how's this going to help me? Card like Castle? Yeah, that's right. Castle. What is Castle? Well, Castle is an enchantment for 4 mana, untapped creature control +0/+2. You're wondering why you've never seen Castle? I mean, this card is so old that literally has a Shakespeare quote on it. That's how old this card is from Magic's history. Anyways, it is such a good card for this deck, though, because you increase the toughness of your creatures in play, meaning that when they die, you can get something back that is, well, smaller than it currently is, but, you know, might have been bigger than it was initially. Viserys here, of course, free sacrifice outlets like this one are amazing. A 1/1 sacrifice creature, scry 1 for free. So basically, you just get 2 creatures, and you've got plenty of ways to tutor for them in this color combination. Obviously, either entombing them in your graveyard, or getting them essentially, you know, with a regular tutor in your hand. Being able to just go, okay, I've got my free creatures like Ornithopter, play 1, play another, sacrifice 1 in the graveyard, sacrifice another, bring the other one back, and again and again and again and again and again. Infinite ETBs, LTBs. Again, if you've got any kind of Blood Artist effect in play, draining your opponents out, you got so many different ways to win with this, and it's an insane commander. Again, an adorable old tree, and players are like, Yeah, what are you going to do with that tree? And you're like, oh, all the things in the world. You lose. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.